Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 45 of Popcorn Problems. My name is Elon Pressman, and I'm here with my very good friend and fellow co-host.
Nicholas Tabasco. Every week we'll make sure you're caught up with the biggest news and movies in Hollywood.
This week, we're going to be giving you our review of Minions and Monsters, one of last weekend's biggest new releases. But before we get to that, let's pop in. What will we run through the biggest movie stories this week? What's up, guys? How we doing? How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing all right, hanging in there. Getting through this summer. What are we gonna do?
Nice,
How about
nice.
you, Alon? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm actually quite excited because right after this recording, I'm going to SuperCon Day 1. I'm going to be
Oh
going for the whole
yeah.
weekend, so I'll be excited to report back next week and let you guys know how it is. Um, but yeah, with that being said, let's jump right into it. Let's not waste any time. I'm actually really excited to talk about this movie, Minions and Monsters. Really fun movie. It's going to have a pretty good review. We're going to
hmm
start with the box office like we always do. Our weekend total this week was $121.3 million, which was down 24.7% from this weekend in 2025. I believe that was Jurassic World Rebirth that dropped for 4th of July last year. And
Yeah.
then down 22.7% from last weekend. Number one this weekend is Minions and Monsters. It pulled in 36.4 million domestic on a 160 million global, on an $85 million budget. 16 years and 7 films in, the Minions clocked their softest debut on record, which is even below the original of the 2010 Despicable Me one before it was even a franchise. This one opened even lower than that. A couple of reasons for that. Toy Story 5, is very successful. A lot of families don't go, it's expensive to take the whole family to the movies. 4th of July, people don't really go to the movie theaters on 4th of July, which is why this dropped on Wednesday instead of opening on Friday. And let me see here. I also want to mention that when the second one came out, Minions: The Rise of Gru, back in 2022, that was an all-time 4th of July record opening back in 2022. Most of that was because of that. Do you remember that trend where people like dressed up in
Yeah.
suits for the
Yeah.
gentle minions? Yeah. So I think that had a lot to do with why that one was so successful. I think that one literally was like like maybe 50 million off of a billion. That one made a lot of money. I don't think this one will do as successful, which sucks because this is easily the best one in the franchise. Upon initial watch, I thought it was my second favorite behind Despicable Me 2, but I did rewatch it, um, and it's definitely my favorite.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
I think the first Despicable Me is still pretty much up there, although I haven't rewatched it in a while. And yeah, Despicable Me 2 is great. That's the one that have the purple minions, right?
yes,
Hell
yes, yes,
yeah, hell
yes,
yeah. I love those guys. The purple
yeah,
ones. But yeah, this movie is incredible. We'll talk about it more later.
yeah, for sure. Number two this weekend is Toy Story 5 and its third weekend. It pulled in $31 million domestic, which is only a 56% drop from last week, which means the domestic total is at 366.3 million, and the global total is 764.3 million, which is crazy. Um, well, I think I mentioned this last week, but I don't see people talking about this movie, but it's still making a shit ton of money. It's now the sixth highest grossing film domestically. The studio, like Pixar's sixth highest grossing film domestically, and the ninth biggest uh, of the studio worldwide. And I think it's definitely gonna hit a billion. That's not up for discussion, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially since other than Minions, I believe it's one of the only like child movies out right now that like
Yeah,
people can go
yeah,
watch.
and they're gonna play it for the rest of the summer. I think the only one, I mean, there's a live action Moana, but I don't think that's
Yeah,
gonna make much of a splash. I know there's like the Paw
yeah.
Patrol movie. I don't know if those make any money. I know that's coming out at some point, but other
I
than
think
that,
I
I don't
think
know.
they
There's,
do actually. I remember I
yeah,
worked in the
I
theater.
know it's a big IP.
Yeah, no, no. I worked in the movie theater when the first movie came out. Holy
Mhm.
cow! Every single one of those the theater rooms were fucking packed every single time,
Really?
and those kids just simply they had a food fight in every single screening. I promise you. I promise you. They just throw it on the ground. They buy popcorn just to throw it on the ground. It's incredible. It's
That's
incredible stuff,
evil.
really.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Um, but yeah, so RIP to our movie theater working to our movie theater working audience if you guys
Class.
have to work
Yeah.
through that Paw Patrol weekend.
Yeah.
But
I mean, listen, I think that drops like later in August. So even with that coming
that too,
out, these two movies still have a lot of time to play and make their money.
for sure.
Number three this weekend is the other like new release, Young Washington, which is by Angel Studios. It's the studio behind that David animated film, Sound of Freedom.
Hmm.
It's like that smaller studio. It pulled in 20.8 domestic on a $20 million budget. They dropped this for 4th of July. It's probably gonna be off the top 10 by next week. I know that they use like AI for a lot of this.
Really?
Um, yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah, like a
know
lot of
like to
like
what extent?
what was that?
Do you know like to what extent like how they used the AI?
Um, Let me see. What did Young Washington use AI for? AI was used on Young Washington to make it look like a cannon was actually firing during a battle scene. And that's just what this one website is. I know that
Yeah,
I think they'd use it for like some background shit. Just like things that like the things that we've worried about, like the small, subtle implementation of it. This is like
yeah,
a
yeah.
big step forward for that. And I saw some people talking about it, but not enough to where I think it's an issue. So I
Hmm.
wish more people had addressed it because I would say it's pretty bad. I mean, $20 million opening, that's, not too bad. Especially with
Yeah,
a
I
movie
believe
that's
it's
so open about using AI. The director was doing interviews about it like it wasn't a secret, nor was he like ashamed of it. So interesting.
that's That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I know it's like Angel Studios is like either first or second most successful film after I believe David. They are for those who are unaware, Angel Studios is like a more is a religion focused, a Catholic focused
Yeah.
movie studio who is trying to get out there, and usually they give out like free tickets for their shit. Um, but yeah, that's really discouraging, and I, obviously nothing against like Catholicism or like or their religion or anything like that, but just knowing Angel Studios, they kind of have that scummy low key vibe. They also did that movie Sound of Freedom, if you guys remember.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So
Yes.
so I'm not really surprised that they're implementing AI that much, especially in a film like Young Washington. That's tragic, no Paddock. But yeah, what are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. Pretty much. um. Yeah. It's interesting. I wonder. I honestly wonder if it'll even be in the top 10 next week. I don't really care too much about it. It's like a George Washington origin story.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll forget about it after talking about it right now.
were his
Um.
parents also killed in a dark alleyway? And that's how he became
Maybe.
president of the United States. Oh
Maybe.
boy, that'd be
Either
fun.
that or like he was sent off world while his planet
Mm-hmm.
was like being
He's an
destroyed.
alien. He's an alien.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, some could say the original immigrant.
Hmm.
That's
uh,
stupid.
that's
Whatever.
funny. All right, number four, Supergirl, week two. Um, I don't want to say I'm happy to see this, but I think it's deserved. Uh, 74% drop, only in its second week, 9.6 million domestic, which means total it's at 58.5 million domestic and globally 100.5. It's barely past 100 million, like globally, which is
Dude.
insane. It's sophomore, like its second week drop is worse than the Flash. It's pacing behind Blue Beetle and is projected to lose $100 million plus theatrically.
Honestly,
Crazy.
big downgrade for DC Studios. We'll have to see what comes out of this. Did we? I
Yeah,
don't know if we ever saw like, or if we ever mentioned Peter Safran's post or public release where he's
yeah, we
like,
did. We talked about it last week.
okay. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
it'll be. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I also do want to mention. I don't know if you remember. I was talking how James Gunn needs like a really baller like Comic Con presentation.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I know.
they
Yeah.
they announced the panels. I think
Mm-hmm.
like yesterday, and there's a lanterns panel, but
Hell yeah, baby!
there is no like general DC panel, which I think is such a fucking stupid decision, such a oversight. Um, I think the reasoning was because they have nothing ready to show, like no like trailer or footage or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But I don't know. I feel like you could have mocked up something for Man of Tomorrow. Like you know, they've been filming for a decent amount of time now. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's a little disappointing, and it is not helping with my worry for the film. I mean, for the future of the studio. I think they really needed to. I don't know. Obviously, the last time James Gunn has like done like a direct address to the fans was like when they announced that original slate in
Mm-hmm.
22, 23, whenever that was, years
Yeah.
ago. Most of that stuff is probably not even happening anymore. So we're in drastic need of kind of getting a refresh on what's up with DC, and doesn't seem like we're going to be getting that, unfortunately.
I mean,
Um,
I think we should just wait till Clayface. Honestly, like, I mean, we don't have like Kevin Feige out here, talking to us every single time like a Marvel movie fails, or like the Marvels, or just
right,
whatever.
but we
What
can
which
consistently count on him being somewhere, whether it be D23 or Comic Con. We know consistently that we're gonna get like updates
Sure, fair.
on the current state of the MCU, and
Hmm.
also you know this is what the second movie in, and we're already having these conversations. It's not a good look.
I mean, I think we're jumping the gun a little bit, but jumping the James gun a little bit. But
Ha 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 ha
here's what I will say.
ha.
Thank you, thank you. I'll be here all night. What I'll say is, let's just wait for Clayface, because Clayface is a real
Uh-huh.
determiner. I saw a trailer, a new trailer for Clayface yesterday at the theater. Holy cow, that shit looks incredible. I'm excited. And is it gonna like bring back the DC universe completely on its back? Probably not. But I think we should just wait till the end of the year, see what happens with Clayface, because that looks incredibly promising. And yeah, I don't know. Supergirl is one movie. Supergirl is one movie. We can just, I mean, we can't just push past it. Like, we do have to analyze like what went wrong, or not we, James Gunn and Peter Safran do. Bro, we're talking
It's
like we're
like
straight up studio executives
yeah,
over here.
yeah, you yourself are going to analyze what the fuck went wrong.
Absolutely, absolutely. I will tell them what went wrong. I will fix the DC universe myself with my own two bare hands. But
Although I don't think it would take a genius to see what went wrong with this movie, but
yeah. No, I mean, I know. Thank you for calling me a genius, by the way. But I'm kidding. Uh, but but yeah, no. I mean, it's just one movie. We gotta work past it, and we'll see what happens with Clayface. It just looks great, and I'm excited for it. So
yeah, I am excited for
yeah,
Clayface, and I really want that movie to be good. I just hope it actually turns out to be that way.
yeah, hopefully.
All right. Last thing I want to mention with the box office is the Invite. It came in at number 10 this week, right before it goes wide this coming weekend.
Hmm.
It pulled an 800.7 thousand domestic, which is up 111% from last week. But I think last week was only in like 6 theaters across the country. It was a very limited release.
Yeah.
This movie posted the weekend's best screen per average on just 28 screens. Um, let's see. Yeah, A24 bought it out of Sundance in January. And yeah, I think this might do quite well this weekend when it opens. So I'm excited to talk about it next week. Um, Overall, year to date, domestic box office is up 13%. Um, this time, right now, January 1st to July 5th, we're at 4.95 billion for the year. That same period last year was at 4.37 billion. So every weekend that gap is, growing ever so slightly, which is really cool. Let's see. Okay. So I don't have much to talk about news-wise this week. There is one really, I would say, cool, like interesting, um, like news thing that I'm going to talk about right now. I'm going to read this little insert that I got off the internet, and then we will discuss. Here we go. Ever since Backrooms and Obsession proved internet-born horror could pack theaters with younger audiences, the town has been trying to bottle that same lightning. In the weeks after those hits, agency assistants were reportedly combing through Reddit, YouTube, and TikTok, trying to find the next viral property. One agency vet claimed that they've already flagged a bunch of subreddits and short stories as potential films. And I have a note here that a Sydney Sweeney project pulled from r/no sleep is already in the works, or reportedly already in the works. That land grab is now producing deals, with two big ones that were announced within 24 hours of each other. Our first one, Siren Head, went to Warner Bros. Out of a 5-studio bidding war. The property is a towering, rotting cryptid with 2 sirens for a head, dreamed up by Creature Designer in 2018 and has gotten billions of views on TikTok. Weapons director Zach Kreger is co-writing the script, with Whale Fall's Brian Duffield, who will direct. The rights alone went for the low 7 figures, and Kreger's involvement, one of the biggest names in horror right now, is a big part of why studios chase so hard. The second one, the Mandela Catalog, went to Scott Stuber's United Artists, Spielberg's Amblin, and Amazon MGM a day later out of an 11-way bidding war. It is one of the best-known titles in analog horror, which is like a found footage genre on YouTube. It's set in Wisconsin City, invaded by shape-shifting doppelgangers, and has over 100 million views. The two deals take two opposite approaches to who's behind the camera. The Mandela one hands the job to the creator, which is what happened with Kane Parsons and the Backrooms, while Siren Head goes the other way, handing the property to the outside filmmakers, in this case, Zach Kreger. I think it's really cool. I think these are two great options because, we were speaking about this was inevitable, that they're going to look for the next Backrooms, the next, crazy horror sensation to make movies about. And while I will say Siren Head is a little bit more of an interesting pick, as in, I don't know if I would have went with that. I think the Mandela Catalog is a really awesome thing. I love found footage, and I think it's going to be really cool. I also love that the original person is involved. I think that's great. Because we saw how that worked with Backrooms, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out. It's obviously going to be wells away before we see anything about this. But seeing with how Backrooms turned out, I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is a new era of cinema that we're entering, genuinely. It's I think it's just going to be a very interesting next few years within the theaters, just because we're going to see all these different ideas and worlds, and they're not all going to be great. I mean, I trust Zach Kreger, but Siren Head, you know what I think of when I think of Siren Head? I think of that one video where he's doing just the Fortnite dance on top of all of the buildings or whatever, and that's what I think of when I think of Siren Head. But
that's great.
Produced by Steven Spielberg. Wait, no, he's doing the other one. My bad. Never mind. Misinformation. But yeah, I don't know. I'm moreover just excited to see what else can be done. Maybe some of my favorite slop can be made into film. I'm trying to think of.
Do you have do you have a shout of one that
I was gonna made? I was gonna think. Well, do you have anything before while I think of anything? Any particular internet thing that you would like to be made into a movie?
Not that jumps out at me. Off the top of my head, let me see.
Oh, maybe I mean, this is pretty old, and I think they already had their time in the sun. But Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Do you know what that is? With the puppets.
I think they got a TV show though, right?
Yeah, they got a TV show or something like that. But I mean, I would love that team to make a film, to be hired to make a film. Not necessarily based off Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, something else. They also made an episode of Gumball one time, and it's one of my favorite episodes of Gumball. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I think that them doing something would be cool. That'd be that's the first thing that comes to head. Maybe
Skinwalkers. That's not really an online thing, but I feel like that as a concept gained a lot of notoriety from TikTok, or at least that's how I found out about it. So that could be interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, kind of news story related to what you're saying. A VHS movie based on the SCP Foundation universe is in the works. SCP is also very much an internet thing. Do you know what that is?
I don't. I know what
Okay.
the VHS like V/H/S is, but I didn't know. Like, keep going. I don't know what you're about to
Okay.
say.
For sure. So, yeah. So for those who are not in the know, SCP containment breach. I'm not like super familiar with it. I wouldn't consider myself a fan. I very much just know the knowledge of passing. But SCP is like a how do I explain it? Like it's not necessarily a monster. It's more of like a fake agency that what they do is like they fill out different like forums of like different like monsters or creatures or like oddities, and usually those and it's kind of like one giant collective story, authored by different people on the internet. So like you can write like a story and a background for a creature and then put it up on the SCP Foundation like website, or just put it on the story of
Oh,
collections.
is it like an ARG type of thing?
I think people have made it into ARGs. It's more of like just like a category that you can make to
Okay,
create something in.
cool.
Yeah. It's a really neat idea, and like the whole thing is that like all of these monsters that like whatever you write or whatever every other people write, they're all like contained within the SCB containment foundation or whatever you call it. And then like something happens and it's broken out. So especially putting this film or this idea behind like the VHS franchise, I think it'd be interesting. It fits really well. And I haven't seen any of the VHS movies, but I'll definitely give this one a watch just purely out of curiosity to see what comes out
That's
of it.
cool. That's cool. I
Yeah,
didn't know that got announced, so that's awesome.
there you go. Just
Yeah.
another example of internet reaching into cinemas.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the next big trend over the next few years, especially if because these are probably gonna be the next ones following Backrooms. If these are successful, um, it's gonna be crazy. That's the only news thing I had to talk about. Did you have any that you wanted to throw into the conversation, Nick?
No, honestly, slow news week.
Yeah, slow news week. I think just because there's a lot of press for the Odyssey, and also San Diego Comic Con is coming up, so people are saving their big announcements for that. So I think those two factors are why it's kind of been a slow week.
Yeah, also the Emmys, but we're not TV shows. So if you want that, go to Couch Comrades or some shit. I don't know. That's not a
Yeah,
real thing. Just
fucking. I don't know. Every time I see the Emmy nominations, I'm like, who watches these shows?
No, genuinely.
There's just so many shows. I do want to mention that the Muppet like special got like 6 nominations, which is cool.
Mm,
But there's just so many
hmm
fucking categories. There's like a million categories. So it's just like I don't know.
It's an A for effort award, kind of low key. I mean, I'm sure.
Let
No,
me
no, no.
see.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm sure people. It's more for the actors more than any, or the actors and the people in production, not for audiences. Like how the Oscars is kind of built like that.
25 categories.
Oh boy.
And I think also the way that they do um, the way they break up like the periods, it's
Mm-hmm.
like from May to May, right? So most of these most of these shows are like maybe from like a year ago. Some of
Mm-hmm.
them, like the Bear season 5 just dropped, but the one that's eligible for this period of the Emmys is like the Bear season 4 from last year, which is
Right.
just like really confusing. Um, it's an interesting,
Yeah, especially
way
going
of
like so
that they
late in
do
the
it.
year.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
it's just odd, but whatever. And they also have like the separation of like daytime and nighttime Emmy, which I don't even know. I mean, I
Yeah,
can assume what it means, but um, just a whole more adding more categories to that shit. I'm not gonna watch that. This show, I
yeah,
mean, whatever.
yeah, absolutely. Um, all right. So with that being said, that's it for what's poppin', and let's move into what we watched. I will start us off this week. Let me give you some like pretext as to why I watched this movie. As you guys know, I'm a big Scream head. Love Scream, and there was a headline going around this week that Jerry O'Connell, which played Sydney's love interest in Scream 2, like the college boyfriend, um, he was like doing press for this new movie, and he was like, "Oh, like they should bring back my character, whatever." So that's how I became familiar with this movie. The movie itself is called Summer's Last Resort. It is a Tubi original
All right.
starring Jerry O'Connell and Violet McGraw, which is the girl from the Megan movies.
Yeah, could you
Um,
remind me who Jerry O'Connell is? I have no clue.
he's the one. Okay, Scream 2, the college boyfriend. That's like the
Oh,
only thing
okay,
I've seen
okay,
him
okay.
in. Yeah,
Oh, all right, all right. I
yeah.
just searched no. I see. I kind of remember his face.
Yeah. I don't think he's in. I mean, like he's like a smaller actor. He's not like
Sure.
crazy known. I feel like,
Mhm.
but so yeah, that's how I became familiar with the movie. And then I made the conscious decision to put it on because why would I? I have like a watch list of like so many classics I need to see.
Sure.
Um, maybe some movies that would have made my review of Minions and Monsters more educated. But no, I put on this movie, and um, yeah, this might be the first movie written by AI. Like, actually, um,
No way.
not a single original idea in this movie. Like, it's like a cheaper version of Blended from like the Adam Sandler movies. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so like a much shittier version of Blended. The script, I mean, some of the lines are just like they tried really hard to like have all the characters talk like Gen Z. So it's like it's giving blah, like it's that type of like lingo, and it
Yeah.
was it was like rough. I wish I like took note of some of the lines because I was like, no way. It's like every 5 minutes it would be like a line that's like, no way. I'm like, no way. This is actually like something I'm really watching right now.
It was
Um,
definitely.
it's
Sorry, no, continue. My bad.
no, you're good. It was cheap. It was poorly acted. It was horribly written, poorly shot. Um, that's Tubi for you. About 15 minutes in, I paused it. I was like, "Am I really gonna finish this?" And I did. I did. I finished
Oh, wow.
the hour and 40-minute film. Yeah, and it was just absolutely terrible. I'm
I feel
waiting
like
for
you should
like
be
TikTok to
paid.
discover it. So that, huh?
I feel like you should have gotten paid for that. Like,
Right? I might be the only person. Also, did you know that Tubi makes originals? I don't think I knew that.
I was aware, but I knew about them in the same sense that we're talking about them right now, where it's like, oh, yep, that's a to be original for you. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like cheapo, like what you would what you would see on like the Amazon books, like the self published shit. Like that's kind of what I
Yeah,
figured
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tubi is. Yeah,
Yeah, like just like truly horrible, like a truly horrible film. Um,
actual
easily my
slop.
least like the worst of the year so far, and I like will probably stay up in bed thinking of some of the lines,
Mm.
and the line reads for the rest of my life.
It was memorable,
Definitely.
so there's
Well,
that. There's that.
yeah, 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 sure. But yeah, it was not great. Um, yeah. If you feel like that is something you want to subject yourself to, certainly, have at it, have fun with that movie. But I cannot, unfortunately, give it my recommendation.
Oh, that's a shame. Damn shame.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll give you something I watched this week.
yeah, go ahead.
I've been kind of like on a nostalgia binge a little bit lately, just like watching movies and sometimes shows from just like my childhood, seeing if they hold up. And one of those films this week for me was Monster House. Have you ever seen that movie?
Oh my god, that movie used to scare the shit out of me when I was younger.
Really? I don't blame you.
Like, I would watch it and actually have nightmares.
Dude,
Like
I mean,
that,
I don't.
bro.
I watched that movie like religiously as a kid. It was insane. I don't know why I was like so into it, but I mean, I think it was just because like it was weird. It was freaky. It was like low. It's not like an adult film by any means, but it did have more adult skewed humor. Um, and yeah, like I don't know. When rewatching it, it held up. Honestly, it's great. The Something I learned is that it was directed / written by Dan Harmon. For those who don't know, one of the people who did Rick and Morty and Community and whatnot. But yeah, like, and you can tell while watching the movie, it's genuinely hilarious. It's a laugh a minute, and yeah, it's just great. I really recommend it. You know, the animation is a little bit dated, especially because they use that it was made during that weird era where everyone was trying to do like live action / animation, so like mocapped animation is what I'm saying. So you definitely get some of that uncanny valley within this film, but it kind of adds to the creepiness. It adds to like just like the time frame that the movie was made, and also just like the aesthetics of everything, and also yeah, it's creepy as fuck. That's one of the reasons why I liked it so much as a kid, was because like it was an actual kids oriented horror movie where actual scary shit happened. I love the scene.
It's low key.
Where they
It's
go
low key
into the house.
terrifying.
It is not low key. It just is terrifying. Like I was surprised when I saw it. I was like, "Damn, you really put this shit. You could really put this shit in 2006, brother. Like, holy cow."
Like I don't think that shit would fly right now.
Oh, definitely not. Both within the horror and like honestly some of the jokes too. Like I don't know, but yeah, great movie. If you ever had the curiosity, if you've ever seen it, you should definitely go back and watch it. And if you haven't, you have a great 2000s horror film waiting for you.
You're honestly inspiring me to rewatch it at some point. Where did you watch it on?
I sailed the high seas. I
okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. Did you have anything else
can't
you
blame
watched
you,
this
man. Honestly, no. I've kind of had a busy week with some family stuff, so I didn't really have the time to watch much. Summer's last resort. Oh, actually, X-Men '97 season 2.
Oh, true.
Premiered. Had a 3-episode premiere, and then 2 days ago from the time of recording, dropped its 4th episode. So we're about halfway through the season. I know you still talk about it. It's incredible. Better than
I watched
season
the first
1,
two
I think.
episodes.
The first 2.
Yeah, the first 2.
Okay, 3 and 4 are like a 2-parter. I would watch them back to back. Episode 4 is incredible. I think it's the best episode of the show, both season 1 and 2. The animation is stunning. I think that the voiceover work is incredible. The writing is just so unapologetically comic booky. And it really feels like just a cartoon of like a comic book. Like there's other superheroes that come in. There's no like rights, debacles. It just gets to be a Marvel comic book, fully lived in animated world. It's so great. And they're really doing some interesting stuff that we haven't seen in like X-Men media outside of the comic books, obviously. Like it's adapting some interesting stories. It's actually giving us a good adaptation of Apocalypse. Really great. I wish you had seen episode 4 so we could discuss what you thought about it, because that is like a truly generational episode. But we could talk about it next week. Hopefully you'll catch up by then.
Sure. I mean, I do think I will follow, just because like it's not a hard show to follow. It's just coming out 1 episode a week. I do think it's just like not hitting me in the way that it's hitting other people, and I think that is mainly more of a me thing, because I watched the first 2 episodes, like I said, and yeah, they were really good. The animation definitely is upped. You can tell, and I think what they're trying to do with the story without like, I mean, this happens in the I don't want to spoil. I shouldn't spoil, but what they're trying to do with the story and like kind of what the characters actually go through and the moral dilemmas, especially with Apocalypse, because I did watch a little bit of episode 3. I just didn't finish it. What they're trying to do with Apocalypse is interesting, and the time travel aspect of it all is too. I think I'm also it's very lore heavy, especially in the X-Men. The X-Men comic books are like this as well.
It is dense. It is going there.
Yeah.
Wise.
I think that's low key what's killing it for me a little bit, but
I see.
But
I dig it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think for me it's just like it feels too. I want to say disconnected from like any sort of anything that will actually happen within, like, they always keep talking about this big threat. I feel like that's kind of one of my biggest concern or complaints with
Well, episode 4
superhero
delivers on the
media.
threat. I mean, I would before you talk your shit, I would
Okay,
watch
okay, fair,
because
fair, fair.
it seems that what your complaint is might be solved. If I'm understanding correctly, I think your issue might be solved with the latter half of what's
Hmm.
going on. But definitely the first few episodes were definitely a lot of setup, a lot of like dense plot stuff.
Okay.
But I'm very excited to see where it's going to go, just because. Um, yeah, I mean, incredible stuff. Just really, really incredible stuff in
All right.
episode 4.
I'll bite. Like, I'll check it out. I'll see what's up, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, let's move into our main feature. I'm very excited. Let me start off with a quick summary off the internet, then we'll talk spoiler free, and then get into spoilers. Here we go. The rambunctious, ridiculous, and totally true story of how the Minions conquered Hollywood, became movie stars, lost everything, unleashed monsters upon the world, and then banded together to try and save the planet from the mayhem they created. Nick, what did you think of Minions and Monsters?
It was so fun, bro. It's just fun. Yeah, I mean, especially as like a film person, as a film bro, getting all the references. I mean, definitely not all of them. There were definitely references that I missed because I'm assuming they put them in there like my every minute. But yeah, it was just fun. It's cool. I do really like the minions. Like I think for a few years now, ever since I don't know. For a few years now, I've realized like, oh, the minions are just like this generation's Looney Tunes, and kind of
Yeah,
embracing that slapstick and embracing that comedy, and especially like fully embracing that, not just with the Looney Tunes inspiration, but also like with the old Hollywood inspirations for this film, like Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin type shit. It really fully leaning into that for this film. It's you can tell, and it just makes it so much better and so much fun. I feel like that's just what I keep saying, is that like this is a fun movie, but it really comes down to that. I don't think you could go into this movie and not enjoy it at least a little bit, even if you're not like a film person. It's just generally a cute story. It's a cute story, but yeah. What
uh,
did you think of the movie, Alon? I know you.
yeah. I thought it was incredible. I just want to comment on a thing that you said. I think it's really interesting, the perception around the Minions and how it's changed over the years. I feel like 5, 6 years ago, there was like quite a negative connotation about the Minions. Like maybe even longer than that. Like Despicable Me 3, they like had to create a whole side plot to essentially like disassociate them from the movie, like where they went to jail and all that shit, because people were just tired of the Minions. Like people didn't fuck with them. And then
Hmm.
I don't know at what point there was a cultural shift, but I love these little guys. Like they're awesome. Like they're just so fun, and I hate to say it, but funny, and they just make me feel happy.
Hmm.
And I hope they keep making these movies forever. Getting down to this movie itself, I think it's incredible. I think I don't know who it was made for. I will say that this movie should not exist. Like it makes no sense. Like this is
Can I
not
give you my theory?
even. Tell me.
It was made for Illumination Studios to get an Academy Award. They're the only animation studio that hasn't received an Oscar, even through
Yeah.
several nominations. And what do we know gets Oscars more than anything? Films about making films.
Right.
Um, and yeah, and like they tried upping the I guess the quality of the story, or the depth of it at least, which we'll go into it further. But yeah, I think this movie was really made so that they could finally get their Oscar, or at least like
I could
in
see. I
pursuit
could.
of
I could
that.
see that being true. Yeah. I mean, I just thought it was incredible. I thought it was really funny. I thought the references were so fun. I can't wait to mention some of my favorites during spoilers. I really like the new Minions. Like I really like James and Henry. I thought they were so
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget about
I
Ed.
really like.
Ed the goat.
and Dick and Dick.
And
Uh,
Dick, right?
I don't know. I just had a really fun time. I liked all the characters. I really liked the director character played by
Mhm.
Christoph Waltz. I like Dort. Dort was awesome.
Yes, bro. I don't
Um,
hear. I know people talking about Dort, bro. Dort is low key goated
bro,
at that thing.
Dort was great. Gumi was hilarious. Oh my God, Trey Parker made some insane choices when speaking. The way he pronounced movies in this movie
Movie.
was just movies. It was just fucking perfect. Um, it looked really good. Like the animation
Yeah.
was great. Um, obviously the minions look like the minions, but like the backgrounds were just really stunning.
Hmm.
I feel like I noticed it especially when like the minions were like rowing in the ocean. I was like, damn, that water looks really fucking good. Like I don't remember like the Minions movies looking that good.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I had an incredible time with this movie. Um, I will say the second half might be a little bit weaker than the first half.
For sure.
Um, the titular monsters don't really show up till like halfway through the movie, but I see why they went with the title just because of what's going on in the movie and how like they name drop the title in the movie. So it makes sense. But I guess the monsters were a little bit more integrated. If I had any complaint, it would be that. But I mean, really, this is a great kids movie. I can see in like 20 years, there's me some kids, that some kid's gonna win an Oscar, and he's gonna be like, yeah, like Minions and Monsters really ignited my passion for film, and it's like, yeah, like as funny as it is, like that's kind of what movies like this do, and it shows
Hmm.
people the magic of Hollywood, and I wonder how many people are going to get into movies and try to discover what all these references were. Because they really do some really, really great ones, which, like I said, I can't wait to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I think we don't. I think we should stress that more, also, or it's not stressed enough how like genuinely passionate and caring this movie is for just filmmaking, and the filmmaking process. I
Yeah,
guess there's that
100%.
that one scene when I believe James is like being introduced to the studio by like the director for the first time, and he's like, "Oh, we do this and that," and like they cut through like several versions. Like, yeah, like I mean,
Oh, it was awesome.
this is gonna sound a little silly, but it did make me like tear up a little bit. Like, yeah, man, like that's the magic of movies. Like that's what it's all about. And then I was like, "Holy cow! This is all being made in a. This is all being set in a Minions movie, dude. Like, I by elimination of all companies, like I did not expect that. But yeah, it has this like genuine respect and reverence for filmmaking, and not just like the superficial. I guess everyone's seen that one Citizen Kane clip, but it's not just that. Um, yeah, and I think that's something super special that isn't really being taught, even though like what like it had movies are movies. We don't have to have movies to tell us how special movies make us feel. But I do think having kind of like a film, especially a kids film, acknowledge that, and make I guess, yeah, make space for that in like such in such a weird time for animated kids movies. It's cool. It's really special. This is their apology for making a Super Mario too. That's kind of what I see it like.
Yeah,
For
I
selling
mean,
out.
it's just honestly like impressive
Yeah.
that this movie got greenlit, that it got made. How
How
tight it
much
is. I feel like it's
control
such a
they gave
Yeah,
the
it's a really
Chris
tight.
Minions.
It's a really tight film. It's short, but a lot happens. A lot of
Hmm.
great gags. Even like the smaller characters, like we'll get into Dort. I thought he was awesome, but like the whole like women's rights like plot line is really cool.
Wait.
And like
Yeah,
you would,
so I have okay. Well, actually, we'll talk about that later. Continue.
yeah, like you would think something like that feels like out of place in this movie, but it's so wacky and makes so little sense that like it fits.
Uh,
And also, this is essentially animated Babylon. They literally do a Babylon reference, which I'm going to talk about. I almost stood up and clapped during that
mhm.
part. Babylon's my favorite movie, and so I feel like this movie was literally made for me. It was awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Is it? Well, do you want to go into spoilers?
Yeah,
Do
we
you
could
have
totally
anything
move
to
into
say?
spoilers.
For
Yeah,
sure.
if you haven't seen the movie and you plan to, now's a wonderful time to click off.
But yeah, like, wait. was the Babylon reference when one of the guys, or when they play the piano, and I think it's. I know you told me that they have another reference with like the elephants, and I did catch that one. But
Yeah, like
I
the
recognize,
party scene in the elephants, that was
yeah,
100% Babylon, 100%.
there was just like another there was another point, which I don't know if you remember, where like there's like the two studio executives, and then they tell this guy
I
to like
think
start
that's
playing the piano.
I'm pretty sure that's hold on. I literally have a list of all the
I know
references, and
that's I
I literally just passed it. It's not Babylon. It's hold on, give me one
Casablanca.
second. Yes.
But is the song from
Casablanca.
Casablanca, or is it another song? I
Yeah,
feel like.
yeah. It's the Casablanca theme.
Okay. Got you. Oh yeah. Okay, makes sense. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I thought
let
that
me
was about one thing. Oh yeah, continue.
yeah. I just want to say a couple of my favorite things. I love the way the film started. The going back of all the Universal logos,
Yes,
incredible. From that moment, I knew that we were in for something special.
it's one of
Thought
my
that
favorite
was really, really
gimmicks
awesome.
of movies is when they show
Just
old
the,
logos.
I love it. It's like jangling keys, but I love these keys.
Yeah.
That's so great. It's so great. I really, really liked that whole just like opening bit of inserting the minions. It's like classic films. I really specifically like the one of the moon. Um, I feel like a horrible film bro for not knowing what the fuck that one is called. But you know
I
what
think
I'm
it's called
talking
like
about.
Trip to
It's
the
like
Moon. Yeah.
yeah, it's like the iconic moon. Yeah, A Trip to the Moon. You're right. It's like the iconic moon image of like the man in the moon, and they replaced it with a mini. I thought that got a really big like smile out of me. And then just a bunch of various different references that like I only recognize because I'm in film school and like I've taken a film history class, and so I know all these things like the train robbery, like when the
Oh
minions first
yeah.
get into Hollywood. That's 100% like the great train robbery,
I
which is really cool
screamed,
because I did
bro.
like a
I
yeah
screamed, bro. I thought the train was coming
I
straight for me.
I did like a screen like a script rewrite on that, so I instantly
Cool.
um caught that reference. What else? I really liked. I mean, the Citizen. I haven't seen Citizen Kane, but I know the scene that it's like parodying, and
Yeah.
that was just such an incredible reference. I really liked like the opening, like the movie museum, and like the George Lucas
Mm-hmm.
being stuck in the thing. Like that was such a dumb bit, but I thought it was great. Um, yeah, it was just so much fun. Um, I just like spending time with the minions. I like seeing them go from boss to boss and seeing what stupid ways they fuck it up.
Yeah.
I thought that it's all so great. I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm gonna let you
Yeah, I mean
uh,
something quick I'll mention.
interject.
One of my favorite references was just the I don't remember if it's who. I'm pretty sure it's Charlie Chaplin, but I'm not sure. The house falling down. I just think that's a great
Mm,
gimmick. That's a great bit.
mm.
In whatever movie you
I
put it
forgot to
in.
mention that one. That one's awesome. I love that so much.
Yeah. And honestly, that whole scene, I think they're like just wreaking havoc throughout the whole like studio or something like that. That whole scene is great. Um,
I
there
like
w-
the like when they put the minions into like the real movies, like the
yeah.
bad, the ugly, and the stupid,
Oh
and like
yeah.
the other one that they did, just so great.
Yeah, and something else I want to mention is like kind of we need to make kids movies violent again, and I think this film is a great perpetrator of that. The beginning sequence with like what was he like an orc caveman kind of like giant. Um, I mean they
The
put it in
Cyclops thing.
yeah, the Cyclops thing. Yeah. They put it in the trailers for some if you've seen it, but they pretty much almost kill him at the very end of that scene, and then like it's
Almost. He
revealed that
seems
like
pretty. Yeah.
and then it's revealed
I
that he's
guess.
fine.
Yeah.
But like they like he falls into like a pit of spikes and everything like that, and they all just like and I'm like I don't know we don't get that sort of like same slapstick comedy where people or these characters' lives are at stake anymore.
It was funny.
So
It was
it was
very
funny.
funny.
It was great. So oh my god, it was great. So yeah, and there's like other things like that I can't really remember right now. Um, but I think the Minions is a great way, because they're so lighthearted and childish and goofy. It's a great way to just like bring that sort of genuinely death-defying comedy back to children. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like Dort. I'm gonna keep talking about
Oh,
Dort.
okay, yeah, no.
I thought
This
he
is
was,
officially the Dort section.
yeah, he was really fun. I thought Jesse Eisenberg gave such a great performance.
Hmm.
Everyone gave great performances. I thought like it was such a great cast. Like everybody, like Jeff Bridges voiced the two studio execs. What's it called? Zoe Deutsch did the feminist. Did the feminist. Um, Christoph Waltz as the director, which is probably the second big standout. But I loved Dort. I thought he was so fun. I would love a Dort spinoff. I just thought he was great. I thought he was hilarious. He was so kind. He was so lovable. He's a feminist. He fights for women's rights.
What else could you ask for?
um, Dude, yeah.
I also love the like the I guess the internal debate that you have throughout the whole film, where of like, is this guy like actually just like a guy in a suit,
Yes,
or
yes, yes,
like an
yes,
actual,
yes,
and
yes,
then
yes.
having that payoff, be like, oh no, he like saves the fucking day. Spoilers, he saves the day. Like I thought that was perfect. That was so good. Um,
Yeah, I loved his romance with the girl. I thought
yes.
that was
Oh yeah, and
fantastic.
I did want to mention
So
this,
sweet.
like when the girl says like, I was just like at the women's rights protest, like I was like, what the fuck, why are we, or what is that doing in this film? Not that it's
Well,
bad or
because
anything.
they show them protesting like in the background of like another scene. I thought they were just doing that just to like show the time, right? Because women's
Sure.
suffrage at that time. I
Yeah.
didn't expect for it to be a full on like plot line, and I think
Yeah.
that's so great.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. And it's just like, I think it's on purpose. She delivers the line so like straightforward and hammy. What like
100%, hundred
in a
percent.
good way. Like for the sake of the comedy. I don't know. I just think I was just so taken aback by it. I was like, what the fuck is that doing in this Minions versus Monsters? Like I think that's pretty much how you can sum up the majority of like what makes this movie special is like, what the fuck is this doing in a Minions movie? I
Like it has no right to exist, but I'm so happy it did. Or I
It
mean,
has
I'm
no
so
right
happy
to
it
exist and
does.
be as good as it is. Yeah, absolutely. Um, and just like other there's like other stuff throughout the film that's like that. I don't know if you had another mention of that, or if you want.
Yeah, like I just want to go more into Gumi. I thought he was great.
Mm,
Trey Parker was awesome. He was really fun. I really liked. I know I said that the second half was weak or weaker, but that doesn't mean that it is weak. Because I still think it's really great. I still think it's really funny. I like those two big monster like things that have like the bras on. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Those like the blue and the pink one. Thought they were
Hmm.
fun. I liked Irene a lot. Like the whole final sequence was really really great.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Like I'm having trouble finding anything to really nitpick about, just because even though it is a bit weaker, that's only because I would have liked a whole movie of just the Hollywood stuff.
Hmm.
But it's like I still really enjoyed the monster stuff. I thought that stuff was great as well. It's just not as good as the Hollywood stuff for me.
Hmm.
Um, but I had so much fun. It's such a shame that this movie is like the lowest opening, so I doubt we'll ever get it's like they're never going to make a good movie again. Why would they do that? I will say, I don't think that they went, like, the marketing for this wasn't as hard as they went for some of the other
Really?
Despicable Me films. I feel like. I don't
I mean, it's
know.
definitely
I don't
a
know if that's
harder
true.
film to market, but I feel like I
100%.
saw a lot
100%.
of it. Just in general. I mean, they put that shit. I think this is also part of the problem with why people didn't like the Minions back then. Is just the oversaturation of them. One of the jokes that I liked within this film, that's only in the first 5 minutes, is like when the museum lady is like giving the backstory on the Minions. She was like, oh yeah, and they became so popular, they got so good, and they have so much merchandise. And then they showed all like the Minions like toys and everything, and like the whole screen filled with like Minion shit. I thought that was great. I thought that was like a very good self-aware joke. And yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to, is just oversaturation. I did start feeling that oversaturation for this movie's marketing. I mean, I'm also in like a very marketing heavy area like New York City, so I'm gonna see a lot of that in general. Um, but I don't know. I do find it interesting the fact that this movie failed, or I guess failed kind of.
I wouldn't say it failed. I think it's gonna. Let's see how it holds. Because
Sure,
the word of
sure.
mouth has been fantastic. So
Yeah.
maybe people will go.
I guess
You
failed
know,
to
if it,
expectations.
yeah,
To
yeah,
regular
compared to the
expectations,
rest of
yeah.
the franchise. Yeah.
Yeah, I do find it
Um,
interesting to see why or what, and I'm excited to see in the coming months like how successful this movie actually is to like properly determine that. But
oh, I like
yeah,
the noir sequence a lot.
the
Sorry
new
for
what?
interjecting. The noir sequence.
Oh
That was in
the
the
noir sequence
trailer,
is really good.
but
Yeah, I really
I
like that
really
too.
liked it.
Yeah,
But that was really
and I
fun.
guess my one issue with it, even though I did find Gumi funny at parts. I do think he was like the worst character in the whole pack, just because
Really,
yeah, he was. I did find his voice like funny. I could also find it annoying at points.
it was
And
just Cartman. Like it was Loki, just
yeah,
Cartman.
it was just basically like even more kidified, even more babified Cartman. And
Gary Orcam, Oliver Magma, Ichabod the Deceiver.
but you could just call me Goomy. Um, but yeah, like, and I don't think it helped that like he really only appeared in that worse second half. Um, I think there was a lot of times where like we were focusing on Goomy, and I would have been like, oh no, I want to go back to like Henry or James or just like anything else. Even the humans, I do
Yeah,
kind of wish they
which is
stuck
just
with the human
a
characters that they
testament.
developed in the beginning.
Yeah, I wish we got more of Max, but that's just a testament to how great all the characters are. Like they're all just so likable, so fun to watch on screen. And they're just the type of characters you want to follow. Like bro, I would get a whole spin off of Max the director, bro. He was
Oh,
so
for sure.
funny. He was
Yeah.
so great. And Christoph Waltz has just such a distinct voice, and it's honestly satisfying on the ears. So
Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. Also, just it's a very unique film that it's surprising that it came out the way it did. Uh, please watch it. Yeah, just please watch it because
because
at
we need
least
more
you're
things like this to be made.
absolutely and we Illumination is trying to beat the slop allegations, and let's help them with that. They have their next movie coming out, Not Alone. Do you end up watching the
Oh,
trailer for that?
yeah. They played it in front of this. I
Yeah, what'd
thought
you
it
think
looked
of
actually quite. I thought it looked cute. Like I'm looking
that?
forward to it. But every time I see that Shrek 5 trailer, it does get me more and more excited. I am looking. I hate to say it. I am looking forward to Shrek 5.
Really?
I,
Okay,
yeah,
you were a hater when I
I'm
first
coming
mentioned
around.
it.
I am coming around on Shrek 5.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm also coming around on the animation style. Like I'm liking it. I'm
Yeah.
liking the humor. I don't know.
Of
Maybe it's
Shrek
like if
Five
you
or
see it
Not
enough
Alone?
times.
Sorry.
Shrek 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Not Alone, like, I don't have that many thoughts on it. Like, it looks fine. Um, I'm whatever. But Shrek 5 is the one that I'm more interested in. Um, I am looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think Shrek 5, like, I mean, I said this when I brought it up originally, but it just looks kind of different. You can tell like they're trying to do something with it, but also maintaining the same like world of and style of Shrek. It looks interesting. I'm cautiously optimistic for it. But yeah, Not Alone. It just looks like a different tone than what like Illumination would really usually go for.
Yeah. Which is why I
Um,
think I might be interested in it. Because I
yeah,
do think that it might be interesting.
it could be. It looks like they're trying to do something else, and I'm all for a multi-million-dollar company trying to do different things. That's really what it comes down to.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah,
For Minions.
alrighty. So, with that being said, thank you guys that's it for episode 45 of Popcorn Problems. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you made it this far, you're the real MVP. We'll be back next week reviewing Evil Dead Burn. In the meantime, you can hit us up on socials at Popcorn Problems Pod and let us know what you thought of Minions and Monsters. Don't forget to follow, rate us 5 stars on whatever platform you're using, and DM us your hottest takes and suggestions. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
I didn't mention this real quickly. I did watch Evil Dead Burn this week as well. We're not going to talk about it because we're talking about it next week, but I would recommend it. Please watch it. It's a great film, and I would like for it to be successful.
I am very excited to watch it. So yeah, we'll
So
talk about it
yeah,
next week. Looking forward to it. All right, peace, guys. Bye.
have a good one, guys.